is everybody doing today? I'm doing a little bit of a pop-up for some live readings and activations. I'm doing this both on YouTube and on TikTok at the same time. I'm trying to dial in all of my studio broadcast software. So as I'm trying to dial that in, I'm going to give everybody some bonuses. So we're going to do some light language activations. We're going to do some card readings for anybody who would like a card. Just put it into the comments to like, follow, share, and subscribe. All I ask is that you follow my channel, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on TikTok, to get some live readings. And let me just shuffle a few decks here, and we'll start with some collective readings. We'll do a little bit of collective energy, see what's in the energy for everybody today, and then I'll let whoever wants to jump on in live to come ahead and to actually ask some questions. So if you do have a question, just put it in the comments. We are live on both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So let's see how this works for us. And Spirit, give me some more collective energies. Just get one more card. Okay, so let's read what the collective energies are for today. It's a Sunday, it's the 27th, and let's see what we have. So our first card we have is Energy is Strategy. So let me see if you can see this card here. I'm going to put it down on the table. So that's our first card that we have for today. It's Strategy. So Spirit wants you to be very strategic, about what you're doing. Have a thought about it. Have some uh, direction. Okay, the next card that we have popping out is number 52, the Goddess of the Moon. So whenever we see the moon, it generally means that you're a little bit of illusion. So be careful, and that's why you have to be very directed in what you're doing right now. Make sure you're not into that energy of confusion and illusion. And we also have the garden and the gate. So as you're starting to get yourself more into that place where you are uh, being more controlled about it, there's going to be a gate there, right? There's going to be a gatekeeper, and you're going to have to open that gate. And that's why you have to get outside of illusion. We have to get out of that trap of the gate. We have to use our minds, our strategy to understand how to unlock that gate. Once you do, your community is going to come out forward for you. This is a card of community and happy family. So once you can free yourself from that trap that you've put yourself in, and you do that by being intentful and getting out of illusion, we're going to remove all this from our life, and we're going to get back into where we want to be, which is with the right people, with the right energies that are available to us. So with that, that is the current energies for the collective for today. If anybody would like a card, like I say, I'm doing some testing today. I'm got my studio software out, played around with a little bit, and I'm going to do some questions on both YouTube and for TikTok for anybody who's there and you want to watch just or you want to ask a question. Please do ask a question, or if you want a light language activation, today's your lucky day. There's no charge for free questions. One question per person, free activations. I'll do some small activations in light language, and I'll do some more collectives as we start to dial it in. So if you are watching the live and you like it, let me know if everything sounds good, everything looks good, it's moving right, because as I said, this is just a little bit of a test to see what we can do, and me being able to stream into two different platforms at the same time, both having the exact same result, the same look and same feel. So with that, let's get some more collective. Okay, Ace, what would you like a card on? Let me know. Would you want love? Do you want a general reading? Uh, do whatever you're looking for. You're looking to see when abundance is coming in, or you're looking to see when your love is blocked, or just general guidance from spirit. You tell me, put it in the comments. Love. Okay, Ace. Let's see what the energies of love are around you. So, Spirit, Connect me to Ace, and let's see what Ace's energies are around love. And Ace, all I ask is that you like, follow, share, and subscribe to the channel as an energy exchange. Just see what the energies of love are around you. Ace, we got two cards that popped right out, and they just flew out of the deck. I didn't have to shuffle too much. And so, first thing I'm seeing is first card here, honest communication. So there's a communication coming in. I don't know if you are currently in a relationship or not, but there's an honest communication coming in, and this is going to come in pretty quickly because those cards flew right out of the deck. And well, with that communication, the next card that we have here is dreams are going to come true, right? So this is going to be your dream coming true. I want to see if I can see what the angels want to say about this connection because the fairies are showing us something. Let's see what the next energies are around you, and then we'll get you a little timing as you know when is there a possibility of this happening. So Spirit, show me what other energies that are available for Ace in love. And Ace, I don't know if you saw what just popped out, but um, first thing that popped out is probably the question we're going to ask next. um, is very soon, right? So whatever you've been asking for, whatever you've been praying for, it's coming in very soon. And I'm going to ask if it's the separate, if this relationship or it's something new. But there's a huge amount of chemistry in this relationship. So you have a huge amount of love, a lot of potential here. And we're going to ask Spirit before we ask for timing because they already gave us kind of a timing. It's very soon. Spirit, is it going to be with person he was in a relationship but separated with? Can you tell me that, Spirit? Yes or no? And Spirit's giving me an unknown, doesn't want to say anything. Let's see. Spirit, is it the same person he was in a relationship with and is separated? Yes or no, please. No ambiguous responses. Yeah, Spirit is not going to tell us whether this is somebody that is coming in or whether it's somebody that was already there. We've got many unknowns, right? And so they're saying that there's a lot of unknown that's here. And why is there a lot of unknown? Because they want it to be a surprise. I'm going to get some advice to you from your higher self as to what to do when that communication comes in. Spirit, what should Ace do? And let's see where we're at. Spirit, what should Ace do when that comes in? Okay, and then I'm also going to get you what your block is because we got some time while I'm here. So we'll do a few. We'll give you a really nice reading here, Ace, for joining in. So Ace, the love of your dragon is reaching out to you, and what is that? That's your inner self. You're being told to love yourself a little bit more, and a new strategy is required. And so Spirit's saying that when this communication comes in, you can't have the same strategy that you had before because it's going to fail and you don't want that to fail. So we're going to look at what your block is, right? So the advice we're going to get here is Spirit, what is his block? What is Ace's block right now? Why are they in separation? And the reason you're in separation, right, is confusion. You don't know what you want, and um, you need some clarity before you go forward, right, and you get involved. And so, what Spirit is saying is to really go within yourself and to understand what it is that you truly, truly want within that space of a relationship. And once you kind of understand that and you're clear, and this is why we need that honest communication. You can't be, if you want a relationship, you've got to be vulnerable and you've got to be honest. And whether that's, on things that you like or don't like, or who you truly are, you have to be polite when you say things that you don't like, right? You can't be mean, but it also means that you have to be honest. You can't wear that mask because when you wear that mask, that's what's separating you. So, Ace, let me know if that makes sense to you. Let me know if that resonates. And if you wouldn't mind, like I said, like, follow, and share. Let everybody else know. I do these lives usually on Sunday with my co-host Susan. I'm also doing this live on YouTube. I'm doing just kind of a test to see if I can get both of them out there. So with that, for anybody who has joined, welcome. I am having some fun tonight, just testing out my ability to stream on multiple platforms at once. And while I'm working on that, I am answering some questions. I'm doing some light language activations. Ace, the other thing you might want to look at too is myself and my usual co-host, Spiritual Susan, are doing an 1111 portal healing. That's the twin flame portal. And that healing is going to be on the 10th of November, just before the 1111 portal. It is donation based, but it's not crazy expensive, about the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. And it's going to have light language. And if you hang on to the chat, watch this live, you'll probably hear some light language on there as well. And if you're interested, just reach out. And this is for anybody who would like to actually get their love life away from being blocked. And we usually, the blocking isn't happening from somebody else. It's always ourselves that's causing that block. And what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on love, blocks to love, and removing those blocks and getting you enough information so you know how to solve those blocks. Because what good is a card reading if it doesn't tell you how to solve where you're stuck, right? So reach out, just send out a DM or email, Ace, if that's okay. And Fitzgerald, is Anthony thinking about us being together soon? So I want you to rephrase that uh, question, Fitzgerald. And the reason why, or Oscar, I guess there's your name, the reason why you want to rephrase that is because you don't want to be in that place of allowing that person to be in charge of why you are happy or not. What you want to really ask is you want to ask about, is love coming into my life, and is it from a past person or is it from a new person? It's a better way to look at it, because this way you're just asking for information. Hey, I'd like to have love rather than I need it. And not being specific about the person. And the reason you don't want to be specific about the person, again, is because you constrict the universe from being able to deliver what you want. So, Oscar, let's see what energies are around you in love today. So, and you're welcome, Ace. Yes, that's much better, Oscar. And what else do you want to tell Oscar, please? Spirit, do we have any more cards for Oscar? And since I'm having some fun testing some technology, um, we'll give you a little bit longer read than I normally do on my channel when Susan and I co-host. Uh, First thing that's coming in your energies, there's got to be some forgiveness. Whatever's transpired between the two of you, you've got to forgive yourself for whatever that was, right? Because forgiveness is really only for yourself. You can't control the other person. You can't do anything but just allow and forgive them because they, acted in however they were, wherever their frequency was, however their awareness was. And you can't always blame them for toxicity. What you can blame is, a lot of times we blame ourselves because we allow ourselves to get into these contracts that allow for it. And so what we need to do is put some forgiveness to ourselves, saying, hey, I know I made a bad decision, but you know what, I learned from it. And so now that I've learned from it, I can make better decisions, and we heal that decision that you're blaming yourself for. And Spirit's saying, lighten up a little bit, change the energy around you. And the reason that Spirit wants you to change that energy around you is because if you're, in that space of blame, if you're in that space of, needing forgiveness or wanting forgiveness, then this is going to keep a block around the love. And I'm going to, before I pull out what energies can be available to you from the angels, I'm also going to find out, Oscar, what is your major block that's going on? So, Spirit, tell me what Oscar's major block is. And pow, that went right where, and it's insecurities, right? Work on building your confidence. So whatever's, within your head at this moment, there's a lot of insecurity. Maybe you're feeling not worthy of that person. And what you have to do is you have to get into that space of self-love. And as you get in that space of self-love, you're going to find that things are going to open up. And this is a big one for you because this one's the only one that flew out, and it flew out straight on top of these cards. So Oscar, let me know if that resonates. Now I'm going to ask the angels what else is potentially in your energies once you start working on this self-love. Spirit, what is in those energies? And wow, two cards pop straight out again. And so the Spirit is saying, love yourself first. I can't make this stuff up, right? And you're getting a double confirmation, two sets of cards, right? And once you do love yourself, you have to be open to give your relationship a chance, however it manifests, whether that manifests with that special person of yours or whether that manifests in someone else. And so we're gonna look at some more cards for you, Oscar, because I think we have more that needs to come out for you. So I want to do love situation cards. And so let's see what we have here. Situation cards. Spirit, what else does Oscar need to know? Okay, we got two cards that popped out. And I'm seeing a reunion in your future. But you've got to work on those habits, right? This insecurity. You have to work on your love yourself. You also would be somebody that I would recommend that if you have the time, uh, it's going to be in a couple weeks. It's going to be on a Sunday. We're going to be doing it's 11:10 for the 11:11 portal. It's a love twin flame portal, and I'm doing a group healing with Susan, who's usually my co-host. It's going to be donation based. It's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be recorded. It's going to be light language, it's going to be Reiki, it's going to be meditation, some affirmations, and some more cards of guidance. But that could be super helpful in helping you get into that space and the energy of self-love. And sometimes what that requires is just a little bit of an energetic push. And that's generally what the light language and the Reiki are going to do. They're going to kind of move a blockage outside of your chakra systems. And when we start moving that out, then all the things that you're insecure about are going to bubble up to the surface. Now you know, you will feel some emotions you're going to need to, and you need to release them, and that's going to start coming into your awareness with that healing, and that is how you magnetically attract love. So with that, if you are interested, do send a DM or an email to me. Just put in your email address so I can send you all the information. It is a base. It's a donation base. Minimum donations around $30. But like I said, this is less than a couple cups of coffee at Starbucks that can be truly transformational for your life. Susan and I don't get into that space of charging a huge amount of money because we want to make sure it's affordable for everybody because healing is a long journey. It's not one and done. We do this all the time. And, even Susan and I are going through our own healing process daily. Meditation is great to get back to connecting to yourself. The more you're connected to the self, the more the issues can come. So I want to get you a couple more cards here, Oscar, because I think you need just a tiny bit more information to help you out. So let's see where we are here with this. And for anybody who's new, who's jumping on, if you're on YouTube, just let me know that you're actually seeing and hearing this, because I'm just trying this as a dual a simulcast on both YouTube and TikTok, because I want to try to start doing this more often. And so, Oscar, Spirit is telling you um, that get out of that confusion and really look inside yourself here. So it's saying look inside yourself and get out of that confusion. And then again, this is where you have to make that choice for yourself because healing is a choice. It's not something that happens automatically. We have to actually choose. And then once we choose, Spirit then starts putting things in our place in front of us so that we can actually, decide, am I going to heal or am I not? It's going to throw some things out there that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's going to check to see whether or not you are ready to make more healthy choices or whether you want to sit back in that hamster wheel of karma again. And that's where we want to try to get ourselves out of because many of us get stuck. And when I say stuck, it's not just in this lifetime, it's millions of lifetimes where we're repeating that same cycle of life over and over and over again. And we've been incarnated for more lifetimes than you could possibly imagine, stuck in this hamster wheel because we haven't made a better choice. And why haven't we made a better choice? Because it becomes so hard to heal. And every time you reincarnate, you fracture your soul more and more. And so you forget more and more. And you basically don't understand why it is that you are uh, creating these experiences, because you are the creator of your own experiences here. And that's what keeps us all stuck, right? And we want to get out of that place. The energies that are available to us now are helping us a lot more than that were, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. And so this is the time to, sit back and heal. So with that, I'm going to pull some collective energies. We'll see what higher selves want to say for the collective. See if we get a few more viewers jumping in or jumping out. Again, this is unscheduled, so I'm not expecting a huge amount of people here. So if you do get here, this is your lucky day. Um, we're going to do a little bit of light language in a few minutes. I think I'm going to help move some stuck energies from people who are, just kind of stuck in a place and energies that just don't want to leave themselves. And so let's see what higher self for the collective wants to say to everybody. Spirit, what is the higher self for the collective want to tell us? And all right, so we got two cards here, and this is for the collective, not just for the people here. So anybody who is watching and is too shy to actually ask for a card, I am putting cards out there. If you are seeing it and you're just joining, please put in the comments you'd like a card, and I'm happy to pull a card for you. So Spirit's saying to you, and this is from your higher self directly, tear down the walls around your heart, right? And many of us have been through so much trauma. We've had awful experiences in love. And so what do? We shut down, right? So we build a wall, a cage around our hearts. And we don't really want a connection. We don't want to be vulnerable. You see how she's there with her little bunny rabbit and she's holding it and she's in this vulnerable position. And this is where we need to be to have a proper relationship. And many of us, what we do is we manifest relationships we know are going to fail. And why do we do that? We do that because it's safe, because we then can keep on telling us ourselves the same narrative over and over again that, I'm not lovable, I'm not this, I'm not that, right? And you want to get out of that space and you want to know that you are lovable and you're available for love, but you have to choose somebody that's actually healthy for you, that allows you to be vulnerable. But you'll choose that bad guy, that bad girl, right? Why? Because in the end of the day, they're always going to dump you. They're always going to leave you. And why are they going to do that? Because you've chosen that already. You chose them with that in mind. You knew what they were. They showed you who they were, but yet you were going to change them. No, we don't change people. We allow them to be who they are. And that's because we don't want to get hurt in that way. We don't want to get vulnerable. We don't want that commitment. So what we do is we manifest those things that are temporary and fleeting. And then each time we do that, our heart gets hardened more and more, and that's not where we want to be. And Spirit's also saying release your inner rebel, right? Why do we want to release that? Because we want to let our inner child out there. We want to let those butterflies out. Hello, Texas Realtor. If you have a question, just put it into the comments there. We're doing a little pop-up. I'm doing a simulcast on both YouTube and on TikTok. So if you've never been to my YouTube channel, I'm doing the simulcast on my main YouTube healing channel, Silver Fox Spiritual. So I'll probably do some light language because that one's it's good to see you as well. It's light language is probably that's what most of my viewership on that channel love to see. So with this, we need to release our inner beauty, those inner butterflies, the beauty, that light. We need to get the walls around our heart. So with that, do we have any other questions that somebody would like a card pull for? I'm going to do a little bit longer than I usually do on my lives, only because, this is just a pop-up and I'm not expecting a whole ton of people, so we can get a little deeper in some loves. And then I'm going to pull out, okay, will your lying, hurtful ex-boss Christian get karma? Well, I already know the answer for that without pulling any cards, because everybody gets their karma sometimes in this lifetime, sometimes not. You get what you put out to the universe. I'll ask the universe that direct question. Let's see what the universe is going to say. But we all get what we put out. and it's because you always get what your frequency aligns with. And so, with that, uh, will the ex-boss Christian get some karma? And so, the universe is saying, take a chance, and will Christian get some karma? Okay, well, that one fell. These two fell to the ground. It's saying no and end it now. And so, what Spirit's telling you here, right? And this is an interesting response, right? Spirit's saying that release this because what you're doing is you're giving him your power by allowing him to be in that place of creating a trigger point for you. And so, what you want to do is you want to release yourself from that trigger of gossip. Uh, why does gossip trigger you so much, right? And because it's always a reflection on ourselves. And if it is triggering you, find out what it is that what that triggers, what emotion that trigger is. Did somebody gossip about you when you were younger? Did something happen that created that trigger? And so that's what you need to heal on yourself because karma is going to hit him whether he likes it or not. Maybe this lifetime, maybe not, because everybody pretty much replays their trauma. Um, and so that's why spirit's not going to give you an answer because what you're doing is you're tugging on energy and you're asking for divine justice. And divine justice is done by each person's own higher self. We don't dole out the divine justice. Karma is what you put out to the universe. You're going to get back in the frequency that you're at. And spirit wants you to be in more of a forgiving healing mode. So I'm going to pull some advice for you, Texas Realtor. Um, and so, what's your injuries to? Maybe we'll do a little light language for you for the injuries today while we got you on here. But I'm gonna pull out to see what your future higher self wants to tell you. In this now moment, I just got to dig in and get that set of cards. Let's see where we put those. Because we want to know, what it is that you need to know in this right now moment. Because we always only worry about ourselves. Everybody else it's their own problem, their own karma to deal with. And the more we detach from those people and detach the energies and stop those energies from creating turmoil in ourselves, the happier we are because they can't touch you. They cannot do anything to you to trigger you. Only you can trigger you, right? And so you know, people can tell all the horrendous stories in the world, but if you and yourself don't believe it and don't react to it, then those energies kind of fade away. But if you allow those energies to give power away, that's where they start just growing on top of them. Because it happened to a friend of mine. He had a girl, and the two of them been off and on dating for a long time, but she had somebody that was in love with her and was acting really toxic. And you know what? She went and tried to that guy try the guy that was after his girlfriend tried to besmirch his business and everything else and create gossip. And you know what happened? Uh, the minute the guy posted on one of his Facebook pages, that they had the worst service ever, et cetera, et cetera. About 500 people responded to that guy. You out of your mind? You must have a grudge or something because that place has never been anything but great, right? And that's what happens when you don't allow things to get power over you. Okay, so let's see what does your future higher self want to tell you in this now moment, Texas Realtor. Uh, what is the advice do you have for her, future higher self? Okay, and your future higher self says, when it gets dark, remember that the sun always rises, right? And so it may seem really dark right now, but you just got to remember that, every day is a new day. And there's a way, if you're willing, to change the way you see it, right? And so Spirit's just saying that, don't worry about what this guy is saying or doing because it's not your problem. It's that person's problem, and people will start to see them for who they are. And as they see them for who they are, then the reason that yeah, and I get it, I wouldn't want to go back either. We're only human. But Spirit's just saying, just ignore this because he's going to get his, right? You're currently under construction. Please be patient, is what your higher self is telling you to, because you're currently going through something, you're changing, you're evolving. And as you are, there's going to be some triggers, but you're going to need to heal them. And that's part of where you need to get into that healing, right? So, I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear sometimes. And, a lot of us, we get caught in that trap of worrying about everybody else, and because other people have bad behavior, and it's bad behavior, right? There's no two ways about it. Bad behavior is bad behavior. However, there's nothing you can do to change it. That person has to realize they want to change. And, hey, Jason, good to see you. If you have a question, just put it in the chat window. So, you know, just like I said, allow the universe to work in the way it does. You can't change that person. That person's only going to change themselves if they choose to, and a lot won't. Um, with that, let me know what your injury is. Let me see if we can't pull down some codes to, kind of help the healing process happen a little bit more quickly and a little bit less with a little bit less effort. So, what is that injury, Texas Realtor? And for anybody, on my YouTube channel, pop in a question. Back injury, bulging disc, sprain, pinched. Yeah, ice is your friend. I had a lot of that. I actually had to get surgery for 5 discs that exploded in my neck. Super painful. I understand exactly how that works. So just set an intention, Texas Realtor, about allowing the inflammation from your disc in to kind of shrink down a little bit. The only thing that's going to help too is ice. And so we're going to just set the intention to help that inflammation go down, because it's really the only thing you can do on a sprained disc. And a little teeter doesn't. I don't know if you have a teeter. One of those inversion tables are amazing too for that. Um, so just set that intention to heal that, to allow that inflammation to come down, to heal the nerves, to heal the bulging disc, and to lessen the pain. You're going to ask your higher self to come in from outside of polarity to work with you on this one. And for anybody else who is watching that does have some back pains, this light language activation will work for you as well, or any other pain that you are currently experiencing. Uh, it will work differently for each person that's listening. All you have to do is just accept the energies and set the intention to heal. With that, we're going to call on my higher self from outside of polarity and your higher selves, and we're going to ask for the codes to allow for that healing to happen and to lessen the pain and the strain. You may feel some body sensations, Texas Realtor. You may feel emotions or memories come up, because generally back pain is caused by carrying the weight of the world on you, and we're going to try to release some of that weight. So, Shanana papa ushupa ne derishipa ne iwapa ya papa ushi na papa uhupa shono pa ushushu papa na ya hap ushup ne pa ushupa na wuhup shap ne dijupa uhupa ya pa na papa uhushu no ya pa uhupa na ya pa no pa ya pa hu sha ne de je pa wo pa ya pa u shu pa ne he ba ya pa pu shu pu sha ne de je pa wo ho pa ya pu sha ne I pu shu pa na ha pa u ho pa ya I ne sha ha pa u ho shi pa wo ho nie pe u shu pa ne de je pa fu. All right, so Texas Realtor, let me know how you experience that. And Jason, if you want, I can do a little small twin flame activation I am doing a group healing if you're interested in on it. We're going to be doing it on the 10th of November. It's a Sunday. I'll be doing it with Susan. It's going to be donation based, minimum donation around $30. And, we will be doing it via Zoom, so it'll be recorded. You can listen to it anytime. And if you can't make that time frame, again, you can just get the Zoom and you'll still get the activation to be light language, Reiki, meditation, affirmations, and some cards of guidance. So if you do want a twin flame activation, just let me know in the chat. I'm doing this as a test to see that YouTube and TikTok both work and everybody's seeing the same exact thing. Seems like it's starting to work. I see some, people jumping on from YouTube as well as from TikTok. While I'm having some fun with technology, it's your time to, get a few freebies from me. And so, Texas Realtor, how did that feel to you? Uh, did you experience anything as the light language was coming through? And for those of you who are in a twin flame dynamic, who resonate with twin flame divine counterparts, high level soulmates, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick little activation. I can already feel that the throat is really scratchy, which means that many of you are having some communication issues. You've got a blockage in your throat chakra, which is not allowing all the energy to flow up and down. It kind of sticking there. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove that, and we're going to remove any communication blocks between you and your divine counterpart. What I do ask that you do is in your mind, release the control from the universe on who your twin is, because you have to allow for the possibility that the person you perceive as your twin is not your twin. It's not to say that they're not. A lot of times we fixate on an outcome, and the outcome just is not probabilistic in this lifetime because that person hasn't chosen to heal. So with that, we're going to set the intention to help clear out the throat chakra communications that's being stuck, the energy. See, I'm coughing already. The energy that's being stuck between your divine counterpart and yourself. We're going to try to clear whatever that blockage is for your highest and best good. Set that intention for your higher self to come in and help clear that. And with that, Sopa na apa uja pa ne I ushi shishi papa aya no pa you or pa you for pa ne ne jule pa to sha ne ne pau pau sha ha pa ha ho sopa ne I ya pa na ha pa ya pa o pa yi jo po ho shu no pa ya pa ya po shu no pa ha ya pa ni u pa ya pa u shi shi pa ne ya pa o pa pa ya ya pa o shu 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 pa ne pa yi shi shi pa ne pa o hu shu shu pa ya o pa ni shu pa ne ne ja pa o pa ha shi ne ne ja pa chu pa o shu pa o ju ne ba ya ya pa ha o shu pa o shu no pa ya ya ha pa o ho pa ne ne ji pa o ho pa hu sha ne ya pa ho pa ya ye je pa ne ne ji pa o shu pa ya ye ji pa ya ne ne ji pa o pu sha ha pa o ho pa ne ne ji pa wo pa ha ya ye shu pa o ho po. All right, so that should start to clear whatever's going on in that communication. Hopefully you feel something moving around in your throat a little bit. You might feel it in your heart because some of you have that energy stuck in the heart that's not moving up to the throat. But you should start to be able to do it. Just make sure you drink a lot of water and ground. Uh, Jason, let me know how that felt for you, how you reacted. And again, if you are around, and even if you're not around on that Sunday before the 11/11 Twin Flame Portal, uh, we can go ahead and, if you're interested, we do have that group healing. I think that if you've felt that the Twin Flame activation that I did the last time uh, was powerful, this group healing is going to be 10 times that. So definitely think about signing up. Just send me a DM or an email, and we'll go from there. And so with that, I'm going to pull out some fun cards. They're a little bit shall we say, racy. A friend of mine who I'd done some Reiki work with a few years back. She surprised me the other day, and I and if you're feeling it in your feet, that means you're starting to ground some of that energy, which is great. Um, so she surprised me the other night with a reading. She said, you did so much for me, wouldn't it be great if I gave you a reading? I was like, it put me in the nicest mood because it was just nice to, sometimes get a reading for myself. And so I saw her cards and they were they were very cool, but they are a little bit racy. But we're just going to pull one card from the deck to see what needs to come out for the collective. It's late night, so, and it's not made for kids, so it shouldn't be an issue here. All right, Spirit, give me one card for the collective. And for anybody who wants to know what these are, it's called the Menorah. It's an Italian Menorah Erotic Tarot. And Spirit gave me one card. Spirit gave me two, three cards. So we have uh, the Six of Fire, right? And you can see she's at the bar, or she's sitting at a little shop and a restaurant, a little outdoor restaurant. She's having a little glass of wine, but she's grabbing something down there with her hands that perhaps maybe she shouldn't be. Um, and then we have uh, the Seven of Fire. So these guys are having a fun little time. And then the last one is the Priest, right? And so each one of those, what we're seeing in there, um, these are all telling you, hey, wait a second, be careful what you're doing right here in this space. There's going to be a lot of fun coming in. However, the priest is coming to say, hey, what are you doing over here? So make sure that you're inside of that space of, you know, allowing what that energy is that's coming in. You may, have some blocks around it. And so what you want to do is release those blocks. So it's a fun little tarot. It's got all sorts of hidden meanings inside of it. I've yet to really delve into it, but I thought the artwork was kind of crazy and kind of fun. So I, I bought myself a deck because it kind of seemed fun. So with that, do we have anybody else that would like a card? Or an activation, a healing, because this is as I'm testing out this technology, making sure that it's all working. It seems to be pretty stable. So let me know what you think, and any other questions or activations. Otherwise, I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes. I'll pull a couple more collective energy cards of guidance. I think one of the ones that a lot of people have been asking about lately has been around money and abundance. A lot of us have been in that place where we're like, I've been doing a lot of healing, I've chosen to heal. When is my abundance coming in? And you have to be in that state of believing. And it's really hard because you know 3D life throws a lot of curveballs at us. So Ace, how do you know what activation you need? Sometimes it's just, in the now moment, you're going to feel something like a pain, or it's something you want. Like some people would like to activate their spiritual gifts. And so sometimes an activation will be just to activate spiritual gifts. Sometimes activation is going to be, remove a blockage. Where do you feel stuck in life? Or it's a specific pain, physical pain, because our stuff manifests as pain a lot of the times. And so I see French Bulldog would like a sacral chakra upgrade. So we can do that. We could do some healing and balancing on your sacral chakra. And I'm just going to pull some money cards real quick. And so welcome to my YouTube viewers. Nice to see you guys here. And so let's start with what's going on with the collective for money. And so the energies of money are going to be, we have the rebel. And this one is kind of somebody who's not really wanting to do what they're expected to do, the norm, that, every day 9 to 5 job, and the past, right? And the past is more about, where are you? The past is not going to repeat itself. It's time for us to kind of get into our own energies, our own space, and kind of rebel a little bit and find what keeps us happy, not being cog in the wheel. So that's kind of where the stuckness is on the money situation for people. So with that, let's get French bulldog lover 88. I love little Frenchies are cute little dogs, very temperamental but cute. And so we're gonna do a sacral upgrade. So for anybody who wants a sacral chakra clearing, that's where your creativity comes. Your sexual energy is your creativity. Most of us have a distorted sexual energy, and that's why we have blocks on creativity, or we hit too much into lust, or maybe no desire whatsoever, and that comes from being a blocked chakra, sacral, which also sometimes turns into a blocked root and earth star chakra because you're not grounding the energies down and it kind of gets stuck. And so, with that, we're going to send an intention for clearing and healing the sacral chakra. All right, this is anybody who wants to receive it, just set the intention to receive. If you choose not to, you can set the intention not to, and nothing will happen. Your higher self and your spiritual team will always ensure that you're only getting the healing that is meant for you. Anything that's not meant for you won't process through you. And so, with that, let's set an intention. Higher self, outside of polarity, please bring down the codes for a sacral chakra upgrade slash healing, clearing, releasing, and balancing all along, for the highest and best good, highest best timeline for everybody involved, with no harm to anybody. So Shapapa na Yodele Shapapa Shapapa Nipa in the Hipa Wapa Lupa Nana Wahopa Ye Pa Nehipa Ushopa Yapa Yapa Yoshushu Papa Nebo Shushu Papa Papa Yapapa Shapa Energy Papa Papa Yapapa Ushu Pana Lucha Papa Shapapa Wapa Jipa Nina Nadushi Papa 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 Yapa Ushu Pai Nene pa hu hu shu 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 pa 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 nyo hu pa ta 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 pa ya he pa shu 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 pa 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 ne he pa ya ya pa hu shu 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 pa 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 hu sha pa e bu ju nu pa ya ya pa hu shu 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 pa 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 ne pa ya ya pa ha ya pa hu shu pa ne ne ni shi pa 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 hu shu 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 pa 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 hu pa sha pa pa sha ha ne he pa yi shi 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 pa 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 hu pa hu shi sha pa no hu pa o. All right, so French Bulldog, let me know how that felt for you, and anybody else who wants to put in a comment on that. And please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It's what I ask for an energy exchange. Donations are wonderful, but not required. And if anybody would like to reach out for their own personal reading, that I can do as well. Both I can do some mini ones right here on live online. Like probably the most powerful reading I have is my $10 What's Blocking Love. And the reason why it's the least expensive is because it's the most powerful one, the one that anybody can afford. And what it does is it tells you why love is not coming in. And then we're going to get advice as to, what can you do? What can you heal? How can you heal it to allow for that love to come in? Because, the problem we see, you get a card read and they tell you what's going on in your person and what's potential, but they're never telling you how you're going to get to the place where you really want to be. And my card reads are all about energy. What energy is, when I do it in the center of my spread, it's always going to be, how do you get from the karma side, which is on this side of the spread, or the positive side, which is the outcome that you want to manifest. And so I try to show you what's in the energies, show you how do you get from the karmic wheel over to the part you want to manifest. And that at least gives you the options and the choice, because healing starts with a choice. And as you start to choose what you want to heal, then you're able to then act on it. Once it becomes in your awareness, you can choose, to tell your own self or your spirit to do the healing, or you can choose not to and stay on the wheel. That's okay. Yeah, the heat's really good. That means you're moving some energy around. French Bulldog, make sure that you. No, I don't have a dog. I actually, my ex is dropping her dog off for a week around Thanksgiving time. I babysit her dog. I just haven't had the time for a dog at this point, but I do love dogs, all kinds of dogs. Frenchies are one of the ones I like a lot. Um, and so, as far as, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. For anybody who's gotten an activation or felt the activation, you want to let that energy start moving and intentionally ground. If it's still warm enough, go out, put your feet on the grass, on the ground, in the dirt. Or, if you're a Cancer or any other water sign, just put your hand in a puddle of water. It's all you need, and just intentionally set to ground. With that, do we have anybody else that would like to get a card or activation, some guidance? We can do, a little bit of that. I think uh, Ace, the heart activation I did within the twin flame activation I just did. So that's gonna heal the heart. It's also healing the throat because there was a really big blockage on somebody's throat chakra that needed to be cleared. Um, and I think that was in Jason. It was just, you could feel it. I was coughing and stuff like that. So, uh, with that, let me know if there's anything else you'd like. Otherwise, I'll pull a couple more collectives. We'll have some more fun. Maybe some messages from your special person. And when I say special person, and when I do messages, so you could have a person in mind, but what I ask you to do is be open that that person in mind is actually not the person that's sending you that message, because uh, the thing with twin flames, and this is one that not many twin flame readers resonate with, and that's okay. Everybody has their own personal perspective, and we have to respect them all. But your twin flame is just somebody who you are in the same frequency as at that now moment. And as you heal, that person will change. You have more options available to you than you think. But with most twin flame readers, your person is your person and you're stuck with it. And then they'll come up with excuses like, well, that was a catalyst. And it's true, they were catalysts and they helped you move to a place. But as you raise in frequency, and as you allow, and that's the key, right? You have to allow, you have to have that possibility that there can be more than one, and then your higher level ones will start filtering in. And it may be that one person you had in mind because they chose to heal and move lockstep with you. But if they didn't choose to heal, that's okay, because you have more options and you won't be left alone. Some get trapped in that twin flame trap of fixing on a specific outcome, which then keeps them stuck, and it could be stuck till almost the day they die. And then maybe that person will come in for that 1 minute, and that's not where you want to be. You want to be in a place where you're only focusing on yourself, because it's a path to yourself. And then as you focus on yourself, what is meant for you will gravitate towards you, but you have to allow it to, because if you choose that it can only be that one person, then you've just locked the universe out of so many possibilities. So I hope that resonates. So we're going to see some messages from our person, right? Whoever that person is, whether the one that's in our mind or somebody else that we don't know about yet, but is in our frequency. So we're going to say, do we have any messages? And so the universe has given us a few messages here. And so those messages are, I love you to the moon and back a million times, right? And so that person, whoever that person is, and let's try not to lock that outcome in. We don't want to block things. We don't want to close doors. I dream about you at night. So even if you've never met that person may be having a dream about you or somebody similar to you, where they see you in their dreams and they don't know why, but they do. And then maybe you get met. Then there's, do you love me the way I love you? Right? And it could be your person or it could be another person. But really good cards. And I've been fighting a battle I can't win, right? And so for some of you, that person that is coming in is struggling with their healing right now, right? This battle they can't win. And so they're finally into that space of surrender, right? And allowing. What is surrender, right? Everybody says surrender, surrender, surrender. And you're like, well, but I surrendered it to the universe. No. If you keep focusing on that one person, focusing on that one outcome, focusing on anything other than, hey, the sun's shining outside tonight and it's raining, and not focus on anything else, then that's surrender. That's what real surrender is, because consciously we may be surrendering, but subconsciously we're manifesting these contracts, right? And everything we feel, that energetic pull of the twin is a contract. It's a very strong contract. Some of those contracts keep us stuck for lifetime after lifetime, and some of those contracts, are really, life changing and healing we don't know which it is because we have to get in charge of our subconscious and we have to connect within ourselves to get the answer from ourselves, not from a card reader or for anybody else. Right? Card readers aren't going to tell you who your twin is. All they're going to say is that, well, the energy seems like a twin because you have this really strong contract and, it feels like a twin, but until you go in to connect to yourself and say, hey, is this my twin or is this not my twin? When you get your answer, you're going to, and that's going to take time and a lot of meditation, a lot of trial and error that doesn't happen overnight. For some people, easier than others. But, it's all about persistence and making sure that your subconscious knows that you're not going to relent, you're not going to allow it to run out of control, creating all these contracts that you consciously don't want, but your subconscious is running 90% of your life. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. And with that, do we have any more questions or some card reads that you would like? I've been on about an hour, and I'm going to tune out unless I have some questions. So I'll give everybody a few minutes, and while you're doing that, I'm just going to pull a timing card for people who want to know a timing question. I'm going to just ask Spirit. So will you and Sky prosper together? Let's find out. Ace. Let's see what we got here. And for all those you watching, if you're looking for your own personal reading, please do reach out. I do full light language healings, and I also do, for personal one-on-one, and I also do some of the readings that you see up on the screen right now. And Spirit will, Angel and Sky prosper together. And Spirit saying yes. It's saying glowing results, clarity, setting, seeing the whole picture, right? So I'm going to put that out for you so you can see this is the yes side of it right here. Let me see if that helps. And then let's pull in some timing questions for everybody. Just put in your mind a question that you have that requires timing, and we'll see where that comes through. Spirit, what is a question that everybody has in their mind right now that would like a timing on? And the answer we got from Spirit is an unintentional moment. It means it's going to happen when you least expect it. And this one went to the floor, which is during the celebration of New Year's Day. So for some of you, it's going to be New Year's Day. For some of you, whatever you had in your mind is going to happen when you're not thinking about it, when you release it. And as you release it and surrender it, it's going to happen. So hopefully that answers anybody's question. And with that, we're hitting on just about 9 o'clock. I think we've successfully tested whether or not the YouTube multi-stream with TikTok is working. It seems to be working well. You're both getting the same feeds. If anybody is interested in attending the healing that I have for the 1111 portal, which is a twin flame portal, and a lot of people ask me about portals. What are portals? Portals are when a lot of us in the collective agree upon a time or a date, right? And so a lot of people say, well, that portal's not really the 1111 portal because the dates and the calendars all change all the time, right? And yeah, it can change all the time, but when we agree that the collective says that this is the portal, and you're actually manifesting. It's a collective manifestation. So you don't have to really so much worry about the date as much as the collective manifestation. When the collective all agrees on something, then things happen, right? Because it's how we do things. That's why we call it the collective, because everybody on earth has a say on what they want, and it kind of gets registered, and that's how the universe delivers. So with that, if you are interested in joining the healing, please do send out a DM or an email, and it is donation based, and it will be recorded so that you can use it whenever you would like, and you also don't have to be in attendance if the time frame doesn't suit you for that now moment. So, with that, I thank everybody. Please do like, follow, share. Uh, Visit my YouTube channel if you're on YouTube, or if you're on TikTok. Visit my YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual, on YouTube. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I do a lot of my lives on TikTok. Only because the streaming tools are so much better than YouTube ever can get. I can do co-hosts, I can do all sorts of stuff. Where YouTube, it's a lot more difficult, and they don't give me the editing tools that I want. So I'm using my own studio right now to kind of give the same experience on both. But I do appreciate you guys for helping me with this test, and always supporting my channel. And with that, have a great day, and hope you guys have a wonderful evening, great dreams, and we'll see you guys